Good morning, Otavalo. Wow. I found this hostel. It's called the Hostal Curiñan. It's on the edge of town, obviously. That's town. But oh my God, spectacular views. And we have, bam, volcano. Volcano's wearing a hat right now. That's Imbabura. Oh my goodness. This place is an incredibly important center of indigenous activity. I am looking forward to exploring it a little bit more today. I come here to do a little bit shopping at the craft market to take things home. And it's nice to have a place like this to get away from it all after the crazy down there and chill out. This hostel is only like $10 a night. I paid $34.15 for 3 nights in this hostel, and it includes breakfast. What? And the breakfast was pretty good. It was coffee, juice, some breads with butter and jam, and some eggs. So certainly enough for me. But oh my gosh, this place is amazing. I'll have to show you what my room looks like later, because you certainly would not guess that it was only $10 a night. Ah, I love this place. The gas trucks here have a way nicer tune to them than the ones in Vilca. Look at all these guys tied up next to the train tracks. What could possibly go wrong? Poor little goodies. And then your plenty of street dogs. Here in Otavalo, these dogs look a little rougher than the ones I'm used to. Ooh, rougher. No pun intended. Oh dear, this neighborhood's going to hell. The ducks have moved in. Bonk. Random. Especially since they're on the 3rd floor. Crazy. I guess they're not gonna get away. Unless they can walk down the stairs. Here's the view. I'm almost back to the hostel. Wow. What an amazing day. I am so glad I dragged my ass out of the room this time. Look at this hostel. Look how beautiful this hostel is. This $10 a night hostel, including breakfast. Okay, 11, but Jesus, you get breakfast. This is beautiful. And the people are lovely. Actually, I believe the owner just came by and tried to give me a ride, but it was only just like right there at the, just below that like horizon dip right there. So no, I'm enjoying the ride. Thank you very much. And now I'm home. So in addition to the hostel where I'm staying, this family owns that property across the road with apartments in it with awesome views of the city also. Very, very chill up here. He has a 1-bedroom apartment that's furnished. He's preparing to rent. It'll be $280 for a furnished 1-bedroom apartment with lights, electricity, gas, and or hot water, and internet included. Man, this is why I love coming here. I had some people question, should you be going to Ecuador when you don't really have a lot of money? This is exactly where I want to be when I don't have any money. I can live like, a queen here for next to nothing by mostly staying in places that are off the beaten path. And the family here is wonderful. Jose, the owner, and he has a medicinal plant garden in his property over there. He gave me a tour. They also have a camping area. There's a van from a couple who are visiting from Switzerland, camping over there. So they're actually, that smaller building in the front is a bathroom. And he's also building a cafeteria on the inside to be used for events and things like that, which, this is a pretty cool place to have an event. This terraza, frankly, would be an awesome place to have an event. It's got these fantastic views of the city and of two volcanoes, Mama Cotacachi and Taita Imbabura. I am so glad I'm here. I cannot wait to get back here and learn some more. I learned my first words in Kichwa today, which is the language, the indigenous language in this area. Pashimashi means thank you, friend. O gracias, amigo. O gracias, Jose, Pashimashi, for this beautiful place. Cedron. Cedron. Flor de cedrón.
Sí. Este es de
Matico.
hierbabuena.
¿Hierbabuena?
Sí.
¿Esto?
Mira, puedes olerlo.
Oh, se huele como menta.
No, es hierbabuena.
This is tauxo. This is ataco, which is good for muscular and joint pains.
Musculares.
This is frutas, which works for chickenpox. This plant is called insulina.
Insulina.
Insulina, and it is
Diabetes.
helps diabetes, which you can probably surmise from the name. Well, it's my last full day in Ecuador. Boo. I am not at all excited about having to return to the States, but I made obligations. So I am leaving tomorrow night. At any rate, today is shopping day. So I am going to be heading down into Otavalo to the Plaza de los Ponchos, which is the large craft market here. The biggest day for this market is on Saturdays, when the market just sort of explodes out of the plaza and spills out onto all of the streets surrounding. Today's Wednesday, which is supposed to be the second largest day of the week for this market. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to be picking up a bunch of alpaca, and I'm also in the market for a new backpack since mine has a hole in the bottom of it. It's inconvenient. But I'm also going to try to remember, because I've had a lot of people ask me questions about Ecuador and some of the stuff that goes on here and how to travel here and have a good time and be safe, enjoy yourself. So I'm gonna try and make some little clips of some hot tips that I think of as I go through my day here in beautiful Otavalo in the shadow of Mama Cotacachi and Taita Imbabura. Let's go. Vámonos. Well, here's a good place to start. Let's talk about walking in Ecuador. Unless you want to take cabs everywhere, which you certainly can do. They're very cheap. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. And a lot of the places are steep and slippy. And pedestrians absolutely do not have the right of way. Do not expect cars to stop for you. Pedestrian deaths are frequent in this country amongst people who don't know any better and aren't paying attention. And sidewalks are typically sketchy, and there are many, many street dogs in most areas of Ecuador, and they shit everywhere. So watch where you're walking, watch your step, and definitely bring a pair of shoes with aggressive, good tread so that you're not falling on your ass everywhere you go. I've got a pair of the, what are these? They're Sauconys. Can't remember what the name of them is. I'll put it in the video notes. But they have a very aggressive tread. So yeah, if you're planning to do any hiking at all, and you're planning to do much walking around in towns, which you should do, it's the best way to get to know the place. Bring good shoes, keep your eyes open, and be prepared to get a workout. Okay, one thing you should know is that beer in Ecuador is extremely cheap. I got this liter of Pilsner, which is the Ecuadorian national beer, at this tienda, which they are everywhere. Tienditas, tiendas in Ecuador. I got this for $2.10, But what happens in here is I paid $2.40 for it because here they actually recycle all the glass. So if you buy a beer, they'll take extra money from you, and then you bring the bottle back to return it and get your 25 to 30 cents back for your bottle. And some places will recycle your cans as well. This isn't like home. So what you'll find frequently also is they'll offer to put the beer into a plastic cup for you, which is generally inconvenient. So just be aware that when you buy bottles of beer in Ecuador, if you're not planning to drink them on site or take them away in plastic cups, and especially in the case of this bottle, which was 1 liter, then be prepared to bring the bottle back to where you bought it so you can get your money back for the bottle. Okay, let's talk a little bit about eating out in Ecuador. First of all, when you walk into a restaurant, when you're sitting down in a restaurant, you'll frequently hear people saying buen provecho, which is a courtesy that people extend to each other. It's basically wishing you a good meal. Ecuadorians are extremely polite, some of the most polite people on the planet, and just really friendly. So it's a common thing to hear here. Oh, I am at a typical Ecuadorian Kichwa restaurant called Ayllu Huasi, and I had a typical almuerzo here, which is lunch, which I highly recommend you do. Typically, the almuerzos in Ecuador are roughly around $2.50 for an entire meal. I got a passion fruit juice, a soup with chicken, although there were 3 choices of soup today and then 3 choices of a second plate. I chose the chancho. I'd never had it before, so I thought I would give it a whirl here. They also had fried tilapia and chicken, grilled chicken. They come with rice and a small salad. And the soups are really, like, basically, for me, the soup could be an entire meal. So eating out for a lunch and having like the fixed price lunch is an incredibly economic way to make your dollar go further here in Ecuador, because if you don't get full, I don't even know what to tell you. But the other 2 meals are typically more costly, and you're generally looking at a la carte items, whereas with the almuerzo, you get the entire spread, and it's typically only $2.50. So it's also considered rude in Ecuador typically for people to bother you while you're eating. So that being the case, if you have food and you want something, you're gonna have to ask for it, because they're probably not gonna come and ask you how their meal is. I have not had that happen to me yet. Also, when you're done with your meal, you'll go and pay your server, or you'll pay at the front counter or wherever it is you can find who's been helping you. They won't typically bring you a bill unless it's a very touristic location. You just ask them how much you owe, although the prices are generally written on the wall or on the menu, and they include all the taxes and everything, and so you just pay basically what the list price is. Tipping in Ecuador is not historically a customary thing. However, I always leave a little bit of something anyway, especially right now, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. The tourism and hospitality industries in Ecuador have just been completely devastated. So every little bit that you can leave that is basically free money for them and doesn't take that much of a bite out of you is an awesome gesture to make. So for example, my lunch today was, as I said, $2.50, and I left 3. So they're appreciative. It's not too big of a bite for you, and it's not so much of an amount that it's considered offensive or weird. So those are my basic tips for eating lunch, at least in Ecuador. I definitely recommend you do it. If you have to eat out, make lunch the meal you eat out. If you cook your own dinner, or just eat a heavy lunch and eat a light dinner later, your money will go further in this country, where it already goes a way longer way than it does back home. Well, I think I may be the only guest at the hostel again tonight. Oh my. One final note for this evening. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. This is the little bag of popcorn I got from my lunch. It's sometimes called palomitas. But I just wanted to note that get used to everything coming in tiny plastic bags. Snacks come in plastic bags. Virtually everything handmade comes in plastic bags. Juice comes in plastic bags. You can get a juice, like they will actually make a fresh squeezed or fresh pressed juice of whatever fruits and vegetables that they have that you want. Put into it, into a professional juicer at the mercado for around $1, $1.50, $2 max, depending on how many vegetables you want in there and how much you want. But expect that they are going to pour that juice into a plastic bag similar to this and then tie it off and put a straw on the top. Plastic is king in this country, unfortunately, but it is the cheapest, easiest way to get things packaged up and protected and safe for your further consumption. You guys, I am literally in this entire fucking hostel entirely by myself. Like, what does that make me? Does that make me the ghost? I'm like, am I the haunter or the haunting or the haunted? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess they have some safety lights on, but like there is literally nobody here in this entire huge building. Yeah, all that dark, that's this building, but me. The owners of this hostel, they live across the street and they have apartments for rent over there. They have one that they're renting already. And they also have an outdoor camping space. But yeah, like everyone's over there and they're all, you know, doing their own things by themselves or whatever. And I have this entire place just for me. Well, I know that there is at least one giant spider that lives here. But other than that, dude, yeah. Entirely dark because it's just me in here. And let's see if the big guy's out. Big guy or gal. I saw, oh, yep, there she is. Oh, you can't see her. What a bummer. Well, anyway, she's hanging right there having a little snack right now. But yeah, wow. This is the Hostal Curiñan. This place is, oh my God, amazing. You should definitely visit at the rates I'm getting here. And, you know, you cannot beat the privacy, obviously. You should come and check it out.